All right, what's good, family? It's your boy Ronnie, and today we're gonna go over how we plan to attack February and make this money. Uh, Now this is me coming back to you guys. Roll the 10K. I did not forget about you guys. Be honest with that option play that I did with what's the name of the company? Nokia. It would have ended it, but that's not fair. We went from almost being like 3K, and then that play put me at 10, but I'm gonna bring it back, come back down some. So I'm gonna start it to where it would have been had I never did that play. So that puts us at $3,500 with the money I put in. That's including the losses that I had got on some of them. Some of those plays bounced back. So I'm starting it off Monday. I'm gonna rearrange the portfolio, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing with my 3,500. All right, so what I'm about to show you is an Excel spreadsheet of all the stocks that I'm looking at, where I plan to buy it, my price target for the sale, percentage potential for the gains, where my account should be after everyone hits. Now that's if you want to buy a bunch of stocks. Now I don't recommend that. I do recommend consolidation to about 5 or 6. So you can look at these targets and say, hey, I want the more aggressive targets that have the higher gains, and you can go that route, and that could push your portfolio up some more. But let's get right into it. I'm not gonna spend too much time with the intro, so let's do it. All right, next. First thing we're looking at is INAC. All right, so if you take a look at my screen, I do have INAC first. And the reason why I have it first is because February 9th, which is not this Monday, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, they are having a merger. I do believe this will go up this week because people are anticipating that merger. That merger will be with Metro Mile. And Metro Mile is an insurance company that measures, that basically charges you per mile for your driving. So imagine if you had a luxury car, like a Benz or something, or some of that nature. You probably don't drive that Benz every day. You probably sit in your garage or at your house while you drive your work car every day. You don't want to pay that high insurance for that Benz that you barely even drive. So this is kind of a solution to that, where it's basically charging you per mile. It's noted to save up to 47% in car insurance. So this could be pretty big. So super cheap right now at $14.96. I do have a sale target at $17.50 because just in case the merger doesn't hit, doesn't mean I'm gonna sell at $17.50, but at $17.50 I'm activating my trailing stop loss of 5%. So at $17.50 I'm gonna activate my trailing stop loss. You see, with my analysis, it has a gap at 16. I'm not gonna do the gap analysis with all of them, but for those that are like, well, what is the gap? I'm gonna show you real quick. All right, so looking at INAC, currently the price is $14.96. This is your gap right here. You see, it's a gap because it's not a smooth trend down. It just jumps up like that. All right, so the jump up or the gap is at 16. See this H over here? I can't get directly to it, but if you look at this H, it says $16.29 is the gap. So we know that it has a gap up to 16. So if you buy right now, it has a trend history of going to 16s. So you know it's gonna at least hit the 16s. That's with no catalyst. So with the catalyst of February 9th, we're expecting this thing to gap up, hit 16, smash through 16, and go to the 17s. And where we activate our trailing stop loss. All right, so percentage gains, 16.29%. So that's gonna put that investment, if you did 25 shares, now some of you that wanna be more aggressive, you can go in with 50 or 100, because this is gonna hit sooner than the rest of them that we're gonna speak about. So you might wanna be more aggressive on the front end of this and try to get your gains a lot faster. But anyways, 16%. So 25 shares will put your portfolio at $437.50 on that investment. And your initial investment would have been $366. Now again, if you want to be more aggressive, you can do more. And this $17.50 is me trying to be safe. It could smash through that. So let's just move on forward. All right, SBE. SBE is also planning a merger 2 days later with ChargePoint. Now, this is going to be huge. I believe it's going to be bigger than INAC, but you know, stocks never cease to surprise me. Some of these stocks outperform what you think is going to be huge. SBE is planning a merger with ChargePoint. ChargePoint is EV, electric vehicle friendly. They charge all these EVs. So you're looking at all these EV specs that are merging or coming out. Something has to charge them. Something has to charge these batteries. That's where SBE comes in. So SBE is really cheap at 37. Really, I just put the buy target at 37.50. But if you was to buy it in the 37, you're good. If it dips down, you can buy down. But it's going to go back up to the 40s. I can promise you that. Unless something crazy happens, it's going back up to the 40s. Now the market is trending down because of the stuff that's going on with GameStop and everything, but that too shall pass, and these mergers will happen. So I'm expecting this to hit 47 with the news of the merger. I'm expecting this to run up to 47, probably by the 10th or the 11th. So hop in it first thing on Monday morning. Get in while you can. And I put 10 shares, but like I said, if you want to be more aggressive, you can go to 25 because this stuff is hitting a little sooner than the rest. But the reason why I'm keeping it low is because I'm working with $3,500 for this road to 10K. So that's why I'm saying I'm keeping it a little lower. And 20% gains. So like this is 16, this is 20. I'm keeping the gains, I'm trying to keep the gains above 15 if I can. It just depends on what's going on. All right, so they'll put it at $470 after you invested $375. Now that SBE could run up a lot more. That's, like I said, these numbers are trying to be modest. All right, next up, APXT. APXT is pending a merger with AvePoint, which is a cloud-based data management system with Microsoft. Now, Microsoft just had catalysts for how well their cloud-based management systems are going. So I do not see why this won't be a successful merger as well. All right, so right now it's at $14.96 with a gap of $16.89. So I'm thinking this is on sale. So you get this, it has a history of going up to the 16s. So you're basically buying this at a sale. 10 shares, like I said, you can be more aggressive. But I do think that one, the merge date has not been defined yet. So you think you have a little bit of time on this. That's why I color coded these. So I should have did that in the beginning, but the orange is what's supposed to happen sooner. The blue is probably what's gonna happen like later in the month. And the yellow is Reddit. So the Reddit play. So I'm gonna give you a Reddit play just to have a little fun with it, you know, because you might mess around and hit like GameStop did. But yeah, just try to keep it fun, you know. Stocks shouldn't be stressful the whole time. Anyways, back to it. Tesla. All right, so Tesla is at $787. It may dip down some more, but one thing for sure about Tesla, it's going back up. So you can buy some Tesla right now, and you can do fractional shares as well. For those that look at this and be like, yo, 700 is a lot. You can buy fractional shares on Robinhood. For those that are buying on other ones, you probably got to buy the whole share. That's why I didn't do fractional shares in my example. All right, so it has history of touching, it gapping up to the 800s, $873. So if you get it at $787, you almost get it for $100 cheaper than what it has its history of touching. So definitely hop on some Tesla. It's going to bounce back. The market might be down this week. It might trend down this week. So keep your eyes on it. But like I say, you need to hop on it because it's coming back. All right. So IDEX. IDEX is a fintech company. It benefits from the infrastructures of cryptocurrency. For those in my chat, I put you on the FTFT play, and that ran up to 11. Then it came back down to the 5s. IDEX, I think, has the ability to do the same thing. It can run up to the 11s and come back down to the 5s, but I put a target at 7. So I think this is set to double. So it has a gap history of $3.43. So if you catch it at 343 or around 350, you should be in the good to make your double up, which is $7. Moving on, Mara. All right, so Mara and Riot. That's why I put Mara/Riot. So as if you buy either one, they kind of move the same. All right, so Mara and Riot are great plays to hop in pre-market. So if you have your Webull that's at 4:30 a.m., remember I put in the link. I put the link in the chat to get you a Webull. It's for plays like this. Mara will run up as Bitcoin runs up. So you can look at your phone, because you can look at your phone after hours. And as soon as you wake up in the morning, if you wake up at like 4 in the morning, you know it'll say a plus percentage on Bitcoin. It'll tell you how much it's risen so far. And you know, if you see a plus percentage on Bitcoin, Mara and Riot are about to go up that day. That's just how it works. So you can hop in pre-market and get you some Mara and Riot and ride the wave up to the 9 o'clock and then get out. You know, you can do that. But if you have a small account, I wouldn't recommend you do that every day. That's why I put my price targets on here. So a buy target is $17.89. It has a history of dipping down. Let me see, I'll go to my gap analysis real quick. Mara. So you'll see my logic. All right, so here's Mara right here at roughly $21.26. The next gap is right here at $17.99. That's why I said $17.89. They'll kind of give you some space to grow, but it might touch $17.98 and it keep going. You gotta just calculate how much you're willing to risk. But one thing for sure is going back to the 20s, because we know Bitcoin is going back to the 40s. It's just how it works. Okay, moving next. GNOG. So those that have been rocking with me know GNOG and RMO very well. Did some analysis, and you can do the research yourself, but GNOG and RMO are going through what is called a warrant squeeze. So the warrants are being sorted so they can be undervalued while they're being redeemed by the company. Now, why would they do this? So when you're pulling warrants, a warrant is the price you pay for the warrant plus the $11.50 exercise fee if you want to exercise those warrants. So let's say you bought the warrant at $7. If the stock ran up to 30, you pay your you got your $7 warrant, you pay your $11.50, that's $18.50. Now you just came in with a, was it $18.50? $11.50 profit if it's at 30 per share. So the company loses money in doing that, but they make money if they keep their stock below that $18.50 range while they pull their warrants. And so that way, when you try to exercise it, you exercising at a loss. And if you never exercise it, they get the company gets a profit of 1 penny per share. And that don't sound like a lot, but when you pull in like 8 million warrants, that adds up. So I anticipate them being finished pulling their warrants in February and either taking off this week coming up or later on in February. And these two companies are heavily undervalued, heavily. I can't even stress this enough. Like both of these companies, the double up is a bare minimum. These companies could triple, quadruple. Both of them had histories. Like I said, if you was with me, both of these companies had histories of touching. GNOG was touching 28. RMO was touching, I think, was it 36? So a lot of you got caught, including myself, holding the bag in the 30s. I'm still holding. And I'm gonna buy down before this thing takes off. It took me some research to figure out what was the deal, but that is the deal. Same as XL Fleet. So XL Fleet is just sent out a notice on redeeming their warrants. And so they should be successfully redeemed in March. So XL Fleet should start taking off too. But I think you have some time with XL as it decides, you know, it's probably gonna oscillate in the 18s. So that's why I kept them cool. They blue. You ain't gotta hop on those so quickly. BNGO, I say it is blue because I don't see it jumping a whole 100% within the first 2 weeks of February, but you definitely need to hop on it while it's low. Next is the Reddit play. So like GameStop, Nokia, AMC, Reddit is also talking about AMRM. So look at your Reddit. You should have subscribed on that Reddit by now. It's called Wall Street Bets. It's a cartoon dude with glasses. That's how you know it's the right one. I'm looking at it. I don't really have a gap analysis for it because you can't do that for these type of plays. But that's why I say if you get 10 shares and just let it ride, try to get in, say ride up to the 10s, get out, or you just put the stop loss on it. So you get in 5% stop loss, you can ride it. That's your fun play. I wouldn't recommend betting the house on it, but that's your fun play. All right, so then you got my last 3 plays: Chris, Envis, Fuel Cell. I'm gonna show the whole Excel spreadsheet and the price targets, and you can see them right here. So do your due diligence on these. My Kevin cool because I don't see them hitting the first 2 weeks in February, but these other ones I do think are gonna hit the first 2 weeks in February. And so if all of these hit, let's say if I spread my whole account like this, I would have spent, I would have spent $28.98 and I would have made $4,102. Okay, so that's almost what, $1,200 profit, a little over $1,200 in profit, like $1,204 or something like that. So that's if you wanted to spread your eggs out like that. I'll let you know exactly what I picked tomorrow because they gotta hit my price targets. I'm not just gonna pick anything. And I also saved about $700. If you notice, I said I had 35, but I was trying to spend $28.98. I saved almost $700 to play with on options because that's where the real money comes in. I'm looking at option plays on INET. I'm looking at option plays on GNOG, RMO, and some more of these. So I'm keeping some money liquid for option plays. And I also express what those option plays are. Well, right now the video is at almost 16 minutes, so I'm gonna cut it here. And if you have any questions, just ask me in the chat, and we're gonna get this money. I roll to 10K to ramp back up. Let's get it.